Oh, Calabunga, baby, we are back. Yo. Oh my gosh, this feels good to record a podcast. I have not recorded a podcast in so long. Uh, wow. Thanks, y'all, for tuning in. I'm your host, Harrison Zesty. Welcome to the Harrison Zesty Show. That cough is not serious, I promise you. I do not have corona. We are all good. That thing's been going around like hotcakes. So we won't talk about that at all today because I'm tired of talking about it. It's consumed literally everything. But y'all, thanks for joining, for tuning in to the Harrison Zesty podcast. I cannot tell you how long I've wanted to do this. I do the school announcements. I'm a senior in high school. I started doing the school announcements beginning of my junior year. And before then, you get to school, rushing, you don't want to be there, and you'd hear the morning announcements in the morning, and they'd be like, "Good morning, please stand for the morning prayer and the Pledge of Allegiance." And then they would do it and say, "Hey, this club, the Rack Club, has a meeting today. Be there, be square." And I was like, goodness gracious, how can people live like this? How can people go throughout the day and they're not motivated and they're not pumped up? And so I got there, and I knew I had to quickly change it. So I kid you not, first time doing it junior year, I was so nervous that morning. I was sweating in areas that I've never sweat before. And I knew I had to light it up. I said start off, "Good morning, everybody. Hope you're all having a fantastic morning so far. Please stand for the morning prayer and the Pledge of Allegiance." And I did them. I was super nervous. I was sweating. I hung up the microphone and I walked back into the office where the announcement booth is. And the office ladies and everybody throughout the rest of the day looked at me like I had four eyes on my head. They were like, "What? Who is this kid? He can do this? What?" And so, safe to say that my career path was set from there. No, I'm just kidding. No, but I love doing the announcements. I love podcasting. I just feel like this is my natural space. And, now that we have this time off from school, we have a couple weeks off, just ready to get right back into it. So, yeah, it feels good. But no, today, well, this podcast, I'm just going to talk about some cool, deep stuff. That's pretty much it. Some cool, deep stuff. I've got topics lined up that I'm going to go into that I'm passionate about. So today, I'm going to talk about deleting Instagram and what impact that's had on me and how it's changed me, because I think that can really, really help out some peeps. And I've got topics that I'm going to go into, like where do you find, how can you, lose most of your anxiety, or the importance of hydration. Just some cool stuff that I'll make fun, give it a twist. So no, today I wanted to talk about why I deleted Instagram and the impact it's had on me ever since I did so. And so I had Instagram. Holy crud. Yeah, I started Instagram November of 2012. It's been 8 years. Holy moly. I was 10 years old. And I remember my first post distinctly. I remember it. It was of me, and I used to live in Washington, D.C., so it was of me, and I was had my Bieber haircut, I was feeling really good, I was super amped to go downtown. I was going downtown with my mom and my dad. We were going to a steak place, and I dressed up in this purple shirt, I had a black tie on, black pants, and I held out the peace sign, and I was caption was, "Going to D.C., bro," and oh, that image is iconic. I will have that forever. But I started with that, and I just posted stuff. It was really cool at first, and I've seen Instagram all throughout the updates and all that stuff when they started Instagram Live, and now they have Instagram TV and all that crazy stuff. Now businesses are on it, and there's sponsors and da-da-da. But it started to get to a point, probably 3 years or so, probably beginning of high school, where it just got weird, dude. It got weird. I would check it, and then I would be in this mental fog, and I would stay checking it, and then the anxiety came when I wouldn't check it, and it got to a point where I was whoa, why is this controlling me so much? And I probably spent, oh my gosh, if I had to count, maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours, 2.5 hours a day on the high end, 2.5. Which is why, like, I would get into this bad routine of, like, I would get home, I would feel like I would need to relieve all the day's pressure by checking Instagram, and then literally 2 hours later, I'd be like, "Whoa, where did I go? Like, where was that? Like, whoa, man." And I was just getting this mental fog, and I would look at photos of people that I haven't even seen for years, and they were like I don't know, like when I was in middle school, it would be like a bunch of middle school girls like taking photos and guys somewhere, and I just was like, it had no meaning to me. It was weird, and then it was to the point where like all this temptation set in, and you pretty much have like just weird photos everywhere. And I was like, whoa, I gotta back up. Like I don't want to be part of this at all. And so one night, I went to this Christian conference at my school. It was held in the auditorium, and it was this guy Christopher West, by the way, who kills it. He's awesome. He did this like show, talked about the dignity of the human person and how honestly precious and valuable each human life is, and how like it talked about like seeing versus looking, like seeing other people versus just looking at them. So powerful, and like they had music too. But after that, I was so inspired for some reason. I was like, dude, I'm just gonna delete it. So I remember walking into my parents' room that night, and I was like, guys, dudettes, I'm going to delete Instagram. And I literally did. It took like a minute, and I had to go online and do all this stuff, but it wasn't bad at all. But when I deleted it, like a week after, I didn't feel anything when I deleted it. I was like, all right, cool. Like a week after, I started to feel like there was this small little hole, and I'm just trying to describe it as vividly as I can. It was like this small little hole where like something wasn't being filled. It's weird. It's weird to describe. I'm trying to think. Yeah, it's like this small little hole, and I was like, whoa. Then I realized, I just kind of like took a step back from everything. I realized like, if I was that attached to something, good thing I ended it when I did, because I didn't want this to go into college, which is coming up soon. It's wild. I didn't want this to go into college. I didn't want this to impact me. I didn't want to like constantly have to rely on it, because it got to the point where I would rely on Instagram to like as like a stress reliever, and I know everyone does that, and but I just wanted to set myself apart. I didn't want to keep that string going in my life. And maybe you're at a point now where you're like, well, I just check Instagram and I'm like not even passionate about it anymore, and Instagram's like weird now. It's way too overly saturated, and like there's photos of just weird stuff everywhere and like stuff you don't even care about. And so what it's done for me is it's eliminated so much muck. I'm trying to think how to describe it. It's eliminated so much of that muck and disorganization and weird stuff in my mind, and like it's just centered me and made me more creative and peaceful and present with others and calm and relaxed. And I think that I strongly believe that if you're feeling this way, that you have been wanting to delete Instagram for the longest time, you haven't done it, just do it. Just buy yourself one of those Nike shirts that says just do it, and just do it. I mean, literally, come join me, brother. No, like it's just it's a great feeling, and I feel creative. I feel like I can live on my own terms. I feel like I don't have to rely on like checking an app. It just got so weird. Hard to describe, but yeah, I think Instagram served its purpose early on, and then it got weird and saturated, and people are trying to do weird things on it, and then it consumes your mind. It latches on to your dopamine levels, and you want to get a dopamine hit, so you have to check the app, and then the app is designed, like all social media apps are, to enhance their users for the longest amount of time possible in the app. And it's weird. It's this weird muck. And nowadays, or not nowadays, yeah, back in my heyday, no, but nowadays, like when I see people on Instagram, they don't have a purpose of being on it, if you know what I mean. Like they don't have an intent of actually wanting to accomplish something on the app. They just like click it because their brain told them to. It's weird. It's like zombies. It's kind of like subconscious. They click it and they scroll and then they stop and then they leave the app. And I'll like look at them, not look at them in the eyes like, whoa, what are you doing? But I'll like look at them using the app. And in my head, I'll just be like, oh, I just feel bad. Like, that's just weird. It's not a good way to live. Because I think I'm very into the whole conspiracy thing. Like, why is the coronavirus so hyped up like it is, even though the mortality rate's so low? Like, why is, like, aliens, definitely aliens. You see all, like, the tiny little microorganisms that live on the surface of the water? They look like alien spaceships. They're wild, like the copepods and everything. I learned that in marine bio class. No, but it's just, like, I'm very kind of into the whole thing. So there's got to be a purpose, long term, for Instagram to somehow suck in its users and control their mind. Maybe I sound like a complete idiot. Maybe I sound just like, whoa, Harrison, you're getting way too out there. But it's kind of like Kingsman. Have you ever seen Kingsman? The first one, that was the best. That was so good. The second one was great too. But Kingsman, how like everyone's on their phone and like Samuel L. Jackson, the bad guy, like turns everyone bad because they're all looking at this phone and like they want to like kill each other. It's weird, but there's definitely something like that in the future. I'm not talking 10 years, maybe like 15, 20, 25 years down the road. Wow, bro, just something I believe. Huh? But I think that if you want to delete Instagram, you should. You should just grip it and rip it. That's what I go by. Grip it and rip it. You know, just do it. You just gotta just do it. And the benefits and the rewards, oh my gosh, are plentiful. They are abundant. There's a plethora. Love that word. I feel like I'm 30 and I teach a college class. No, there's a plethora of opportunities available to you when you delete Instagram because you'll just feel so much better. And so I've turned to Twitter, actually. I haven't turned to Twitter. I got Twitter yesterday, actually. And I don't use it a lot. But, you know, human beings, we have these basic desires. We have these basic desires to feel wanted and loved, and to love others, and to be loved, and to survive and reproduce, and do human stuff, and gain acceptance from our friends. And so I was really feeling that desire to be social, I guess. So I downloaded Twitter, and I think it was the best social thing that I've done. It's easy. Like, if you have a thought, you don't need to, like, craft a photo. If you have a thought, you just type it and then bam, you post it. You feel, I don't know, there's like a sensation of like putting a thought out there. And it's not so much like you're trying to get followers and likes because it's different. It's more just like you put a thought out there and then you can follow news sources or like only specific people you want to follow. And there's not all like these junky like ads all the time and just weird videos and stuff. It's like, it's great. So that's the alternative. If you want to delete Instagram, just get Twitter. It's amazing. You can add me at Harrison Zesty, Zestey. Harrison Zesty, 2 R's, 1 N. No, but I'll post random tweets sometimes. I'll be like, well, yesterday I posted a lot because I was reading my book, Atomic Habits. Podcast coming soon about Atomic Habits, how amazing that book is. But I'll just post like, I'm just feeling some waffles with peanut butter today. And I'll just, bam. And it's just like, all right, cool. Like, I posted it. I don't know. It's great. You don't have to worry about, like, finding a video and getting likes and all this stuff because I don't have any followers. And it's amazing. And I follow, like, 23 people. And I've got, like, 14 tweets. It's awesome. And I'll, like, what did I say? Like, yesterday I was working out. Whatever I was thinking, I was just, like, I typed it. It's like a little diary, but for yourself. And I just typed it. I was like, working out without weights even is like the greatest feeling, pushing your mind, pushing your body. I just typed it, bam, sent it. It was just like, cool, there's no pressure. And then I haven't felt the hook to keep checking Twitter, Twitter. So that's an alternative. If you want to delete Instagram, I recommend getting Twitter. Just get Twitter. It's great. But, give yourself some time. Give yourself some time to recover from Instagram. Give yourself some time to gain your mental clarity before you dive in somewhere else. So that's my whole scoop on Instagram. I think y'all should do it if you're feeling it. If you're not very addicted to Instagram, which is rare, like you're like a divergent. You're different. You're one of them. No, if you're not addicted to Instagram, then it's fine. Keep doing your thing. But I just wanted to get this out there because I know there's a lot of people, especially people that I've seen recently, who just check Instagram and it's like they're zombies. So, something to think about. Get your head out of the whole bubble that is around Instagram. Get your head out of the whole system and pop out of it. Just like bam. That's what I did. I popped my head out of the bubble, and now I feel like I can see things clearly. 25 out of 20 vision. So, anyways, that's my spiel on Instagram. I think y'all should delete it if you want. If you're not addicted, you're good. But if you are, please do it. Join me. Follow me on Twitter if you want. No, but it felt good to get that out there. I've been wanting to say that for a while, probably for a couple months now, because that's when I deleted Instagram. I'm still alive. I'm still kicking. I'm still ticking, doing my thing. So, thanks y'all for listening to the podcast. I appreciate it. It feels good to get the first one out. Man, I've got so much coming. I have got my little yellow pad here. I've got so many topics to dive into. Why motivation is only good for a couple hours. Amazing lessons from David Goggins. Oh man, I have so much to tell, and I'm stoked to do it. So this will be posted on SoundCloud, and then I will post this video on YouTube, on my own account on YouTube, so y'all can listen. There's a video version of this. It'll be posted on a YouTube account. Harrison Zesty podcast. I'll create a YouTube account for it. And so, yeah, you can search Harrison Zesty podcast. Bam, there's an audio of it. I'm wearing my OKC jersey today because I'm feeling sporty. And sports are not on for a little bit. They'll be back. And this whole Tom Brady going to the Buccaneers thing too. Wild. So if you're a sports fan, yeah, we're in for a treat. But thanks y'all for listening to the podcast. I appreciate it. Many more coming soon. I'm your host, Harrison Zesty. And like I do in the morning and afternoon announcements, and as always, peace.